good, Brody?
What's good?
You been, man? We got King Ace in the building, man.
Yes, we do.
Ace Production Podcast, episode 3. Your boy King Ace interviewed me already twice, man. Now, my boy's first interview, bro. So how you been, bro? How's your day today, guy?
I'm good, guy. You know, woke up, ate some food, got a little haircut, you know.
Valid.
Had to get ready for the day.
For sure.
Yup.
Me too, bro. You know, we got the fresh cuts on deck.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
But yeah, bro. So today I want to ask you a few questions about you as an artist, bro.
As an
you know what I'm
artist,
saying? Yeah, guy.
Okay.
So how did you get into music?
You know,
How did you start falling in love with it?
honestly, in school we'd always do the freestyles on the bus. You know, we was always around music. I grew up in a very musically, I don't want to say talented family, but very much listening to all types of varieties of music. But you know, definitely just the feeling associated with music. You know, just getting into that, like just feeling the vibes. You know, that's where I felt like I belonged. You know what I mean? And my pops, my father, he actually grew up with Big Pun and Fat Joe, like well before the fame. But you know, there's this big mural in New York, in the Bronx. It's Big Pun, and every year I'd go to New York as a kid. My moms would be like, "That was your father's friend. They grew up together." You know, giving me the lore and stuff, the speeches about it. And you know, it never really hit me until nowadays. You know, wow, that shit's really in my blood. Like, yeah, I definitely feel like it wasn't, you know, coincidence. You know what I mean? It's definitely meant to be.
Nothing's a coincidence, for real.
Yeah.
You got hip hop flowing through your veins, bro.
Serious, yeah.
That ass, man.
So,
Damn.
yeah.
So you just always accustomed to music, you know.
Always been into music, you know. It's had a bad day, there's music to come back to. Had a good day, there's music to go to. It's just no matter what, music is the end all be all.
Nah, that's true, bro.
But yeah.
Definitely. Damn. Alright, so how did you get into producing though? You actually starting to make beats.
Right. So in school, actually, a lot of it happened when I was younger. So shout out to Miss Witz, music teacher. One class, she's like, let's do something fun. We're gonna load up this digital audio workshop at DAW, and I want you guys to, you know, put some sounds together, make something cool, whatever. Just do it. And I was ecstatic. I was like, wow, I can't wait to do this. So we were doing it, and there was like a little competition or whatever, and it was, you know, just who likes the best beat, whoever makes the best beat, you know, everybody raise your hands, whatever. And I remember doing one beat, and everybody liked it, and you know, like, it was just inspiring me, like, oh wow, I could probably do this, I could keep doing this, you know, figuring it out, seeing what the sounds I like, you know. There's so many sounds, there's so much to do with it, you know, and the inspiration I have with music already, to becoming a producer, you know, I started using my school laptop to make my own beats, just a school laptop. I didn't even have nothing.
Just a school laptop?
Yeah. I had me a little MIDI keyboard. My pops got me for like one of my birthdays or something. And yeah, I did just sped off from there. I used Foundation.
Okay.
That was the platform. It's kind of like BandLab now, you know. But so yeah, and now I'm using Logic. That's the main platform I use, and that's what, you know, me and you have been producing on for the time being. We've been grinding on that, you know.
Shout out Logic. Ain't talking to rapper.
So, you know, and to being a producer, you know, I'm actually a beat maker. Okay. Rather than, you know, the mixing, the master, or the editor, you know what I mean? That's where I strive with, the beat making. I would call myself a loops master, you know what I mean? So definitely making beats, you know, it carried over a lot of my time, you know. I'm definitely in between playing video games and making beats, you know what I mean? Like that was the hobby, but now it's serious, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's fun. It's too fun, you know what I mean? But I started realizing, you know, people make money off this type of things, you know. And it's not that I don't see myself doing nothing else, you know. I wanted to be a lawyer, you know what I mean? Everybody got dreams and ambition, but to do something like this and shoot the train.
King Train.
Yeah. So yeah, but to have a dream like this, it's bigger than just, oh, I want to do it. It's like, you know, I feel like I have to do it. You know, I have to. Like I said, my pops, he grew up with a musical group. They split actually. Like they were supposed to do stuff. They were, you know, getting into talking to labels and making music. This is like, you know, prime hip hop, the 90s and stuff.
Oh, in the 90s era.
Yeah, so all my uncles and stuff, they were in like bands, and my dad, he would like sneak into the clubs with them and you know, use their equipment while they're not using it, you know what I mean, like playing with the DJ equipment and stuff. So, you know, like I know where I get it from, you know what I mean. I've been told a lot of stories, and you know, now I just want to make my own, you know.
Definitely
make my own story, finish off where my pops left off maybe, and you know, just have a striving career.
So you feel almost like an obligation to make music?
A legacy.
Okay.
A legacy to hold up to.
Oh, a legacy to hold up to, okay.
Yeah.
To hold up to your father's legacy.
Yes.
Okay.
Where he left it off, I feel like I'm picking it up.
Continuing from him, right?
You know, I almost feel like, you know, the way I was told is, you know, they were kind of sugarcoating it, but maybe he was taking care of me, you know, my family, and you know, the music had to stop because of that. You know, it was one or the other. So I'm sitting here like, you know, he put all that energy into me. You know, maybe I can take it off from there, and yeah, it just feels more of a legacy I got to uphold. You know, attain to.
No, definitely.
And reach the success that we're already reaching. You know.
Definitely. We're already very successful. Something more. And so. How would you describe your style of beats?
Definitely unique to the era that we're in right now. But I definitely say I hold more of a hip hop standard, like that, you know, older. I wouldn't even say older, but 2000s, 90s, you know, like earlier rap. You know, the generation we grew up in. You know, that's what we grew up in. But I grew up listening to the, you know, older stuff. Stuff that's already been out, that's been 10 platinum, you know what I mean? Like the plastics, you know what I mean? Like, just if you don't know it, you don't know it, right? How do I tell you? You know, you gotta know all these classics to even reach the level that, you know, we want to attain to.
Hell yeah. You gotta study the game, man.
Yeah, so just variety. You know, I make a lot of types of music. I make a reggaeton with you, you know what I mean? I got my own hip hop, I got my own genre, you know, I'm trying to pop out with that. So, but yeah, you know, it's really just a large variety of, you know, from R&B, hip hop, reggaeton. We got, you know, so many different styles.
Definitely,
that you
bro.
can pick and choose from. You can't even hold me to one.
Hell no.
I don't make the same beat twice, you know what I mean? Like, it's
never that.
Yeah, you know, like I let the beats speak for themselves. You know, each beat got their own love for it. You know, each genre is its own. You know, So
each beat is like a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yo.
I'm holding that bit. I'm carrying that bit.
Hold it to you.
For real, bro.
But
every song, bro.
Everything has its own inspiration to it. So it's not like I'm just, you know, making anything. It's you know, I'm inspired by, you know, some past feeling to a song, or, you know, having some inspiration to some genre that would, you know, fit this certain sound. You know?
Yeah.
But with what comes with beat making is, you know, trying to find a sound you can stick to people's brains. You know what I mean? Really let them hear it, and you know, they're not sick of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear the same things over and over, and you might get sick of it. Or, you know, a lot of songs have, you know, similar sounds in the album, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, you know, I'd like to say I'd like to attain to having each song be different beats, you know, different style. You know, it's all fluctuating differently, but it all comes back together.
Oh, okay.
Full circle moment, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So how would you describe this new genre, hip hop? Hip hop.
It's definitely got its old school hip hop bass in it, but the pop of it is the new take on the newer generations, the way that our style, our flow, like the way we lyrically pronounce ourselves is differently. It's so different than back then, you know, cancel culture and shit like that. So there's so much more to even put to those hip hop beats that we could put with our own context. That it almost has to be its own new genre, hip hop.
Yeah.
Because it's mainstream. Hip hop was underground. It was coming up. It's not. I mean, mainstream isn't really a genre. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
If you had to put it to something, hip hop was technically underground before it was, variety into what it's blown up into now.
Facts.
It's really only just hip hop. But like I said, hip hop is going to be a genre. It's going to be its own style. It's definitely unique to us, to me. Just all the inspiration from it all taken together is going to be put into this new generation, this new style, hip hop. So,
You're trying to take the underground to the highest level possible, right?
Yep. If I had to put a characteristic to hip hop, it's that it's variety. It's not. It doesn't have the same drums. You can't say, oh, this isn't common in hip hop. Like it's a lot of variety. It's just not all the other genres.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. It's all the stuff in between that you still vibe to. Some beats, some people say you can't even rap on them because they're that they're that hard, they're that tough. But that might just be hip hop at its core. Something so good you don't even know what you would hear on it, and then you hear someone on it, and you're like, yeah, that's it. That's gotta be it.
That's hip hop.
That's hip hop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man. All right. So one last question, man.
Right here.
Where are you trying to take it, bro? Where do you see yourself in a few years, man? What level are you trying to get to with this music thing?
I really see myself, going out one day, realizing, the game is bigger than me. I'm just trying to make it seem like I'm the biggest one here right now.
Facts.
Right. So when that time comes, I'm gonna be at the point where a few years from now we're gonna be able to look back and be like, yo, we're still just starting. I mean, this is just the beginning, just first big step on the elevator ride. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to say I'm gonna look back and be like, wow, this is crazy, because this is what we work for. This is exactly how it's supposed to be. For everybody else, this is crazy, but this feels natural. This feels normal. These are the feelings that are involved, and sometimes a lot of people can't feel them like that.
Okay.
So like I'm saying, I'd like to be somewhere. I'd like to be able to go out, on the town, we're those guys, you know what I mean? We already have our music out, we blast our music on a side street. Someone's gonna be like, yo, are you those guys in the song? You know what I mean? Like
Dannyboy and King Ace.
Right, we're from Rhode Island. It's a very small place.
Facts.
We gotta put it on the map.
All right, bro. 401.
Yeah, I mean, I'll even say this: places like the Bronx, where hip hop started, right? I could even say, I want to start hip hop here.
Okay.
Island, you know what I mean? So
wait, this the origin.
That's what I want to be in a few years. That's where I'm trying to attain. I'm trying to get the general public to know about us.
Definitely.
Really attain to the level of, we are underground right now, but that's just it. Like, we're so underground, we might as well not be. I mean, we're mainstream. We got hits out at that point. Underground is, a lot of plays, but not a lot of hearing about it. You know what I mean? If you know it, you know it. But hip hop is not gonna be like that. Not the genre. The song, if you know about it, you know about it. Check out hip hop.
Facts.
That's the first song of the genre. But
first King Ace song too, man.
Yep.
Featuring your boy, Dannyboy.
Check it out.
Bang.
But yeah, so that's definitely where I'd like to be. Hip hop is the genre. Right now, it's not.
Okay.
Because it's just starting. It's just got one song attached.
The roots,
to it.
bro.
Right.
Damn, God.
Let it be known, King Ace and Dannyboy started hip hop.
You just want, basically, that's what you want, bro. The movement to be known, to be recognized, man.
Yeah, we're bringing back the. I feel like nowadays, stigma with the industry.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of people brought up in the media and stuff that unfortunately they were relevant and all throughout all of hip hop, all of music, all of the industry. Just because they have so much variety in music, but what goes on behind the scenes, it's really it's not what people want to talk about. It's not the good sides of the industry and stuff. So that's what I want to bring back. Getting rid of that stigma.
Okay.
So yeah, just bringing back the good vibes, the good feelings, you know.
Positive shit, bro.
Yeah, positive
Real
stuff,
shit.
you know. Like, I mean, I'll say this: Biggie's name, B.I.G., business instead of game. You know, it is business at the end of the day, but you know, people play it like a game. You know what I mean? So some people try to beat around the bush, get something done a little sooner than they should have, you know, and people get killed. Like, it's as simple as that. But trying to bring back the positivity in the world through music.
Definitely, yeah. Change the world, bro.
Seriously.
But yeah, it was great talking to you, bro. It's cold as hell, man.
New England, man.
New England weather, bro. But it was great talking to you, bro. You my brother. And yeah, Ace Production Podcast, episode 3. Boy King Ace, boy Dannyboy. We out.